Hey guys, Harv here with a video in which I'm going to talk briefly about the future of the Kerbal Test Pilot show. Now, my most recent video that I uploaded was a Kerbal Test Pilot of the ship, the Shuttle Mark 1, or Kerbal S Shuttle Mark 1, submitted by Chisaberry 808. And it was a really bad video. This is mainly an apology to everyone who watched the video and didn't enjoy it, and to mainly Chisaberry directly, because it was the first episode in the new series in which I criticised the ship, because I decided that in order to be a review show, I wanted to have a balance. That's not really what a review show is about, but hey, it sounded fair. So I chose a ship, and I pretty much just didn't like it. So it started to go wrong, and the mistake I made in that video was that it started to go wrong, so I changed the way it worked. And then I proceeded to criticise the ship. So pretty much all my criticism was completely unfounded and definitely not justified, because the footage I showed was simply me ruining the ship and then criticising the ship for it and saying it wasn't very good and giving it a 6 out of 10. So yes, I need to apologise to everyone who didn't enjoy that video. It was met with overwhelmingly negative feedback, which is a good thing. I'm glad that you guys won't refrain from letting me know when I muck up. Seriously, I did in that video, but every single video I've ever made on YouTube has got pretty good feedback. This is the first one where there were as many dislikes as there were likes, so it was pretty crushing, to be honest, and definitely made me think a little about how I want to proceed with my videos in the future and how I want to proceed with Test Pilot, more importantly. So everyone was screaming, or not everyone, but the vast majority of feedback. Basically, some of the feedback, it was that my analysis was incorrect, I was picking faults with problems caused by my own mistakes, and I should do it again properly. I accept all of that, and I think it probably does, the ship itself probably does deserve another review, but unfortunately, I do have a lot of criticism for that ship, and by doing a review of it, it's not actually going to make the ship any better. All I'll be doing is just justifying my reasons this time, rather than making the massive mistake that I did last time. And apparently I sounded patronising as well, which is a horrible thing to be told, but hey-ho. So I don't think it's appropriate for me to re-review the ship when I'd have a lot of negative things to say about it, and seeing as it's a recreation anyway, it's not really intended to be a functional ship in the first place. It's more to try and recreate the NASA shuttle, or the Buran shuttle, which I wasn't aware of, but it's not really fair to review it as a functional ship anyway. So any message of apology that I would try and put into this video would kind of be lost by me saying that the ship sucks. Which is not something I want to do again after the last video. So what am I going to do with the future of the Test Pilot? I want to do my research. That was one of the biggest problems as well. I accused this thing of being a really bad recreation because the engines weren't on the bottom of the external fuel tank, and in NASA's shuttle they're not. However, there is a Russian shuttle that I was informed by many different people in the comments called the Buran. The Buran shuttle, developed by the USSR, and this one actually did have engines underneath the external fuel tank, so if it was a recreation of that, then I am completely wrong, or I was completely wrong in that video. But anyway, that's not what this video is supposed to be about. In the future, I want to make my videos based more on informing rather than entertaining. No, that's not true. I like... God, it's so hard, because I don't view myself as funny, but when I try to be, apparently it either fails horribly or it's a massive success. So I think the Test Pilot show needs to step away from the more funny side, hey, it's me messing about, playing games, and more towards the actual proper review, in which I state my opinion of the ship, I give good points and bad points, and I try and justify them. If the video isn't well received, so if the next Test Pilot I do isn't well received with that, then I know that's not what you're looking for, and I'll try and go back to doing whatever it was that made me successful with the Test Pilot beforehand. If it comes to it, I won't review ships that aren't very good. if I rate the ship badly, I just won't upload that video. That's not a problem for me. It's a waste of my time, but at the same time it's not, because I need to keep my standards. And at the end of the day, that video was a disservice to everyone who watched it, because it wasn't entertaining. It was just annoying, and just listening to me ramble on and to mess up. Come on, I knew engines. I said immediately that the engines would overheat. What do? 4 times in a row I overheat the engines and let them explode. Just not paying attention, not thinking properly, and it's disgusting for me to realise that now. But I guess a knock to one's self-confidence is necessary every so often. So the show's going. I'm going to try a few different things with the show and see what people think. If you have any opinions on that video, on this video, any opinions on how the show should be treated in the future, then just let me know. Whether you want it to be more critical, more actual justification analysis, or whether, hey, because I'm completely fine if it's a show in which I pick out the good ships, make it really positive the entire time. I look through the submissions and I look for the best ones, which is what I was doing. I look and I don't upload if it's a bad one. I just try and present to you the best and most innovative ships designed by the KSP community. That sounds like a good idea, thinking about it now. So, the message to take from this is that my mistake that I made, I'm extremely apologetic for it, and as a result I'm promising to work harder to never slip up again, because I have been slipping up a lot recently. I have been slipping up too much in terms of quality, in terms of entertainment, in terms of laughing with my annoying laugh. I'm going to work harder after this. And as always, I shall see you all next time.